Hello, my fellow YouTubers. This is Roy back again. Quick little experiment on vacuum. I got this 1 gallon bottle. Put a cork in it. I shoved the aluminum tube through it. And I got plastic tubing going into the aluminum tube. And this is going to create like a neon effect. And I want you to see the difference when this has vacuum or when it's not under vacuum. Let's give it a whirl. 15,000 volts, 60 milliamps. Using 2, 4, 6, 7 beer bottles as capacitance. I got my vacuum chamber here. So, alright. Right now, should have no vacuum. Let's let it rock. Make an adjustment. A little too much gap. Just a little too much. amazing with the vacuum. So the reason I'm even showing this to you is because I was working on some experiments by using piezo crystals along with these piezo little receivers. It's like a 2-plate wire on each end, and we're working on compressing. There's a piezo crystal right there in the middle, and the test we're trying, which I will make a video to show you some results. I'm gonna have 2 of these identical size. One will be sitting in one place, and the other one will be in the vacuum chamber. And what I'm creating is basically a current. The current will be the out part energy of the top load through the piezo crystal in a way to where it creates a compression. And I'm talking about 2 kinds of compression. Well, one, but both sides of the compression is one side is compressing the piezo itself and to move around the electrons in the crystal itself, and then for it and charge it like a capacitor, and then to release it in any change. And the change is the fact that this thing oscillates at a frequency which will put pressure on this piezo crystal. And according to my theory, this is working behind the scenes, meaning it's dealing with the ether, because when this is compressed, it also expands. It takes from the ether and it bombards itself with electrons. And then when that process is repeated, then it will find its way back to its neutral status for a very short period in between the strokes of this frequency here, which is about 537 kilohertz. No, 537 hertz, my bad. And this, no, it is kilohertz. 500, no, it's hertz. 537 hertz. It's in the low AM band. It will decompress the molecules in the crystal here, and it also should pick up on the other crystal that I have setting way far away, because it shouldn't matter where this is, but this should react to the compression and decompression, sort of like in between strokes. Every time that piezoelectric is being pressed together, it is finding itself being bombarded with electrons, because it's expanding into the ether space. So I sort of call that behind the scenes. Hopefully you guys are still following me. But this experiment here, been working on it. It's very hard to take a crystal and just get some response out of it that you could record. And that's what we're doing here by sort of making a Dagwood sandwich out of it. And light has a lot to do with this as well. So when this is, I'm going to cut the back out of this bottle and design an insert that has this in there. And what we're going to do is use the flyback instead of my big beautiful beast there. And we are going to put the suction cup on the back side. And when you start sucking, it'll suck the suction cup and seal the bottle. Well, the bottle will have my array in there. It would be sort of like building the old time a ship inside of a bottle. I don't know if everybody ever seen one, ever heard of one. As a kid, when I used to get them at the pier, I tried to figure out how they put the ship in the bottle. And basically it did have a seam on the bottle. But this is similar to that because I'm going to cut the back out, but I will use this cone and the fly back for the high voltage. So in order to have this work, that means I have to direct a pattern for the current to flow. And the way this would work is it would just be like almost like an old TV tube, and it would come in from the back side because the high voltage is here, but it'll go into the array. That's going to create a 4 of these high voltage points coming into 4 high voltage sources coming into 1 point. Now I want you guys to think about what I just said. I'm taking 4 angles coming in to 1 point pickup. That 1 point pickup will be the start of that piezo ray, but it's going to be in a mirror 4 corner as well and shooting its light out to another piezo crystal, which that crystal will be surrounded by 4 mirrors as well and reflect its light into my pickup, which will be on this side, which will go out as a light beam, not a RF signal. I'm talking behind the curtains. I want to deal and personally play around with Aeather. Hopefully you guys liked the little highlights. I had to show you some of the differences when you get to learn about these vacuum. Well, you know, what causes it to, show up inside the bottle? What causes, it to have an angle of current? What current flow it's running through and what? And arranging all that is the key thing. Like right now, it's just having fun, but I wanted to show you, with very little vacuum in there, you're dealing with a whiter kind of spark coming out. But when you get it under vacuum, you can see it becomes more plasma. And plasma, to me, is a gas. It's a way of the elements transforming themselves out of plasma would be above gas, but it's the next layer on the onion, I call it, where it goes from a solid, a liquid, a gas, and then plasma. And basically, plasma's got to be the reaction of all the planetary and sun rays that are penetrating, propagating out. So anyway, enough of that bullshit. You guys enjoy. Peace out.